Hey there, do you know how to create a button inside of Excel worksheet to run the recorded macro inside of MS Excel? That too with an example? If yes, then this video is absolutely for you. Do watch it without the fail. In this video, we are going to learn how we can create a button inside of MS Excel instead of using the shortcut key to run the macro. I'll take you through the complete steps to create the run button to run the macro by pressing that button, that too from scratch, and all this has been done using a very simple data which will be very easy to recreate and understand. You can easily get this exercise file downloaded in your system using the link provided in the description of this video. So go ahead, watch this complete video, practice this concept in the exercise file provided to you, and become the master of it. Hello everyone, welcome back to this Microsoft Excel tutorial journey with me on my Knowledge Factor YouTube channel. This is session number 153 and we are learning the Microsoft Excel macros and VBA tool in detail. As I mentioned in my earlier videos that I love shortcut keys. I love the way it works, right? Just hit the button and your work is done. So I can hit a button on my keyboard and get something to happen, whether that's a built-in shortcut key in Excel or shortcut key that we assign to macros, right? But one of the downside of shortcut key is I have got to remember them. I have got to memorize all these different shortcut keys. I already have hard enough time to doing that, just to remember those shortcut keys, just for my favorite commands inside of Excel. And now on the top of it, I have got to create the macros and assign the shortcut keys to those and then remember those, right? I mean, they are great, but you have got to remember them. If you are not remembering or not able to recall those shortcut keys at the time you have to run the macro, there's a problem, right? So for me, I got little sticky notes, right, reminding me of the favorite shortcut keys that I use, right? Or maybe you are sharing the file with somebody else and now they have to remember the shortcut key. Well, there's other way to run the macro as well, and not just the shortcut keys. So buttons. Buttons are great, right? Provide a nice little interface to build a click on that would then activate and run your macro. So we are going to take a look at here two different ways to create buttons inside of Excel interface. So there's going to be pros and cons of both options and we'll talk about those as well, right? So first off, it's still inside the same workbook, inserting of formatting text. So I'm going to just hop over to the run with button worksheet and here I'm going to place a button. So this is the first option, that you have to add button to the Excel interface to run your macro. So I'm going to place a button directly on the worksheet. So to do that, I'll go to my developer tab top of my screen, and inside of there you have got a section called controls that you can insert, and one of the option is for insert. So there are several different types of controls that you can insert, but I'm going to go into insert, and the first one you have there you got from controls, but the first one you got looks like a little rectangle kind of shadow behind it, right? But that's your button control. I just hover over my mouse to that and I can see it, button form control, right? So I'm just going to give that a click and I'm going to go out of the worksheet somewhere, and I'm just going to do the left click and drag and create the size of that button, and once done then I'll just let this mouse click go. Now as soon as I let go of that mouse button, I get my assign macro window. Here I'll select my add format headers and I'm going to hit OK, and this creates my nice little button. Okay, so I can highlight that text and I'm going to replace it. So let's say just headers. So that's all I'm going to call it for now. So I have now got a button on the worksheet that named as headers, and when I click that button it will add headers to my content. It will rerun the recorded macro just like it did earlier using the shortcut key, right? So let me try it out here. I'll give that button a click. Once you come over here now, you see that I got a kind of that little finger icon there. So give that a click. Done. Done, right? it makes me giddy every time, right? Even something simple like this, you record your steps, one button press, done. Now I can go to lunch on time, I can go home on time. So much time, right? So much time with me. So a nice little button right there to do all of that work for you. Now, like I said, there are pros and cons to each type of button that you can create. The pros here, you get a nice button, right? Nice big button right there on the interface. Click and done. It's added to it, right? But the disadvantage to placing the button here is the button is specific to this worksheet right here. If I go to the run macro worksheet, I didn't get a button there, right? I go to the East record worksheet, no button there. So that button is specific to the worksheet that you create the button on, right? Which could be an advantage. Maybe the button is specific to the task, the macros, right? It's automation. What it does is specific to that particular worksheet. No other worksheet need this. So there could be an advantage to that, but if it's something like this, something you are going to reuse across different regions or weekly reports on a single worksheet, it may not be the best approach or the solution. So something to keep in mind there. Now a question that I can think about at this point is, hey, like that button is really nice, but can you change the color of the button? Unfortunately, no. Excel does not give you the provision, the option to change the background color of the button. If I right click on the button, you get a few options inside there. You can see that the button is now selected. I right clicked. If you left click on it, it will run the button. So I right clicked on it and be able to get that selection around there. Now I'll go to my home tab and you can see that things like my colors and borders and whatnot are grayed out for me. Let's see, can I change the font size? Yes, I can do so. I can bump that up, right? I can even change the font there, right? So I can do some things to this button, but a lot of the formatting commands are grayed out for me. So there's not a whole lot you can do with them, but there are other options and we'll take a look at those as well. But this is your first one, creating a little button on the worksheet itself and run the macro using that button. Make sure you try this out, get a button out there, you can click on it to run it and see how the magic works. Make sure that you are on the run with button worksheet. So try it out. That's what I wanted to share with you today. Hope you like this video and hope this will help you in your future task in the Microsoft Excel to record the macro and run the macro using the button which you create inside the Microsoft Excel on your worksheet in the interface.
मजा आया.
Okay, so thank you so much for watching this tutorial, and as I always say, if you like this video and enjoying this journey, then please do like, share and subscribe my channel, and also press the bell icon to get the latest content update on this channel. Alright, then we'll meet up in the next session. In case you have any questions, any concerns, then do let me know in the comment section of this video. So see you in the next session. Till then, stay safe, have a great life and take very good care of yourself.